Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Great to be here with you today and share something that is very important to us, and that's Project Golf. I'm Gary Shaw, and I want to share with you some enthusiasm I've got for the program since I was here with it when it started in 2018. We were a nonprofit given birth by our parent company, Golf Tourism Solutions, which has been driving golf in Myrtle Beach for 5 or 6 decades. And they looked up a couple years ago and said, we are bringing a lot of people into Myrtle Beach. We call ourselves the golf capital of the world. From the Rust Belt all the way up into New England, out west, people are coming to Myrtle Beach. But they said, just a minute, we've kind of ignored this exploding metropolis of Myrtle Beach of residents, locals. So they said, why don't we let's find somebody that can run this nonprofit. We want to bring the game to our disabled veterans, our underserved youth, and the beginners. So we'll grow the game, and we'll take the game to these golfers. We'll try to remove barriers that are in the way of their playing, and the biggest one was access and instruction. So we started with our beginners, and then we morphed into working with a disabled veteran under a program subsidized by the PGA of America called PGA Hope. Hope is an acronym standing for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. I was asked to start it up because I somewhat fit the mold. I'm a veteran and a PGA member, and I served as the PGA's president for a term back in the 90s. So we got started off, and we found out the VA was very cooperative. They were pipelining all the veterans to us, and in no time at all, our classes became full. We can teach about 20, 22 veterans at a time, men and women, all with disabilities, some passive, some very visible. And we feel like we're doing some good, and we're getting these veterans back into society, and they're doing a good job of engaging with other veterans to play golf. And we're finding the same thing with the beginners. And we haven't quite developed a full-fledged junior program, but we know that's going to be the case, where we'll remove barriers to their getting into the game. And the PGA told us when we started PGA Hope, if you're anything like the other chapters around the country, you're going to save lives. And I thought to myself, as the executive director, that's a bit of a stretch. How do you save lives through golf? And after these 5 years now, Angel and I will agree that we are saving lives. We hear it from the veterans, we hear it from the veteran spouse, and we hear it from the veteran's family. So it's a great program. They're telling us how much at the end of the classes when they graduate after 6 weeks, what value it has to them, and that value is engagement with family and community. So we feel real good about it. And I would throw in on the statistics and metrics from the PGA of America is that there are about 160 chapters in the country, and the Carolinas leads the country in registrations and graduations, and Myrtle Beach leads the Carolinas. So we're real happy about the visibility we've received. And as a nonprofit, of course, our goal is to seek funding. So that's our next real initiative, is to turn up the heat on getting donations.
So as Gary was saying, the impact that we're making on our community is huge. We're creating a community of golfers. And our golfers are overcoming obstacles, improving their social, mental, and physical well-being. You know, with 22 veterans committing suicide each day, golf has changed their life, and in some cases, it's saved their lives. You know, some of them struggle 7 days a week, but for those 2 hours a day, they're coming out here and they're not thinking about those struggles. And because we're helping them with their abilities, and they're forgetting about their disabilities. And so if you guys would like to help us, please visit us at projectgolf.org and learn a little bit more about what we do and how you can support.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This segment is sponsored by Eggland's Best.
Well, Chef Patty Keenich, you and I were just talking about how we both love eggs, and look at what you got in front of you. That looks delicious. But what are we talking about today? Culture, family.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Family get-togethers, family celebrations. And in my family, and I think in Latino culture, it all revolves around food. And here I have two fantastic recipes that are a great addition for your Easter celebrations or spring gatherings. I have a Mexican frittata with poblano chiles and potatoes and queso fresco. And this is light and filling, and it's really, really accessible and accommodating because you can serve it to a lot of people. It's not high maintenance because you can serve it hot or lukewarm with salad or a crusty bread. And then here I have, I'm in love with these tres leches so much. It's an almond tres leches cake that's marzipan-y, it's rich, it's nutty. It has a surprising tangy layer in between with apricot jam and crunchy almonds. And both of these recipes that honor Mexican cuisine contain Eggland's Best eggs. We were talking about eggs, and Eggland's Best eggs have 6 times more vitamin D and 25% less saturated fat and 10 times more vitamin E compared to ordinary eggs. So you're making food that is absolutely delicious and wonderful for your family or guests because it's also nutritious.
I love food that makes you feel good. And also, aren't eggs the most versatile thing to have in your kitchen as a chef?
They are so versatile. You can use them from breakfast to lunch to dinner. They just make everything that you use in them better. You know, Eggland's Best eggs will make for omelets and frittatas, you know, fluffier, for cakes richer, for even meatballs or albondigas, they will make them more pillowy, and they're just so packed with nutrients, and they're so easy.
I was shocked whenever you were saying the stats on the vitamins in Eggland's Best eggs. I'm blown away.
This segment is sponsored by Eggland's Best.
All right, guys, we have quite a treat today. I am at R&R Dance Studio, and I'm joined by Ro. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so excited. We're going to be doing some Latin dance today. What are we trying?
We're gonna do bachata.
All right, here it is, folks.
So this is gonna be kind of like your base whenever you do any kind of bachata dance. You're gonna kind of feel the same thing, yeah? Here we
Okay.
go, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2,
I always want to
3.
go back.
5, 6, 7. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Nice. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6.
What do you do with your hands?
3. You just leave them where they are, so that way I can pick them back up once we get
okay.
back around, yeah? Just like when I leave this, you just leave it where it is. I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Yep. All right, we're gonna get tricky. Ready?
Oh, goodness.
Keep those steps.
He's mixing it up now. I'm like, oh, goodness.
Keep those steps. Hey! Stay. Keep going.
Okay.
Nice job.
Yay!
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This segment was sponsored by the Myrtle Beach Classic.
Well, it really doesn't get much better than this. Today I am joined by Darren and we're talking about the Myrtle Beach Classic. Aren't we so lucky with this weather right now?
We are. It's gorgeous out here, blue skies and the Atlantic Ocean behind us.
Let's do the full rundown. You got this big old golf tournament coming up. This is a pretty historic event for Myrtle Beach.
It is. It's the first major professional golf tournament on the Grand Strand since the 90s. So the PGA Tour doesn't host a lot of events. There's only 36 of these on the PGA Tour regular season schedule all year long. So to have one right here in Myrtle Beach in our backyard is really, really cool.
This is a big deal.
It is. Yeah, we're excited. We're going to have 120 PGA Tour professionals in town, along with their families. I mean, we hope that a lot of the players bring their families to this setting, stay at the hotels, eat at the restaurants, and just have a good time here in Myrtle Beach.
So it's going to be a 4-day event. Can you kind of break down what that's going to look like for people?
The tournament week is May 6th through the 12th of next year. We'll kick off the week with what we call a Monday Pro-Am. So if you're a golfer and you want to come out and play with the pros, you can do that. You can buy a team in our Monday Pro-Am. Tuesday we'll have some activities. We'll have a junior clinic. So a lot of the junior golfers from the area will come and interact with some of the PGA Tour professionals that day. Wednesday we have another Pro-Am. We call it the Wednesday Pro-Am. You can also buy teams in the Wednesday Pro-Am. There's a Tuesday night party prior to that right here on the lawn right behind us. And at the party you actually get to choose which PGA Tour player you play with that next day out here at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club. So, and then Thursday we start with the first tournament round. So we'll have, like I said, 120 players that'll be here all week. Thursday is our first round, Friday is our second round. After the second round we'll have a cut to about the top 65 in ties. And then half the field will make the weekend, and they'll play on Saturday and Sunday.
So there's also going to be a charity aspect to this too. You guys want to make sure you're giving back.
There is, yeah. The PGA Tour as a whole is a very philanthropic organization. Since they started running events across the country in really the late 1960s, they've given back $3.64 billion to local charities in the markets where they have hosted events. It'll be no different here in Myrtle Beach. So. We'll have a group of charities that we will support after the tournament. We'll make those big checks and make a lot of people happy. So it's one aspect of the event that we're very proud of and again, leave an impact here in the Myrtle Beach community.
I can imagine there's a lot of planning going into this event, huh?
There is, yeah, especially with a first year event. There's lots of, a foundation to set basically. So trying to find a host hotel, working with a lot of the vendors. We're trying to use as many local vendors as we can, of course, whether that's a bus shuttle company or a restroom company or a catering company. There's a long list of vendors that we're working through kind of the vetting process to make it a great first year.
You want this to be a great experience for everyone involved.
We do, including the volunteers. So we've had a huge response from the volunteers this year. We set up an initial website where you can inquire about volunteering, and we had a hunch that the response would be good. We had over 3,600 people respond that want to be a part of the first annual Myrtle Beach Classic.
And I can see why, especially after driving out here. I mean, what a perfect backdrop. Talk to me about this facility a little bit.
Yeah, it was built, the golf course opened in 1948. This beautiful clubhouse came soon after that. But yeah, it's a beautiful golf course. They've done a few renovations to it on some tee boxes. They've expanded the practice putting green. Just really kind of cleaned up the golf course. Not that it needed it, but to host a PGA Tour event, they wanted to really just shine for year one. So it's just a great golf course with this view. You just can't beat the location and the setting.
I love it. It's all very exciting. So where can people learn more about tickets so they can go ahead and get those as soon as possible?
Yeah, tickets are currently on sale. You can go to myrtlebeachclassic.com. Right at the top of the page, click on tickets. If you're interested in the hospitality options, you can click on the hospitality link as well, and then volunteering as well. There's a link for that right there at myrtlebeachclassic.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.